Hey guys, so today I'm reviewing All the Queen's Men, Season 4, Episode 13. And this was actually a really good episode. It was actually better than the episodes we've gotten these last couple of weeks. So, like, this was actually a really, really good episode. So, let's get right into it. So, the episode starts off with Madam in the dream sequence. So, she dreamed that she was in the courtroom and they found her guilty in all charges. So she got sentenced to the death sentence, and she was freaking out in court, and that blue turned on her and all this stuff. But she woke up from her crazy nightmare, and realized it was a dream. So then Madam's up and ready, getting ready for court. Then her father stops by. So her father stops by for a visit, and she's happy to see him or whatever. Then her sister Carla comes in, and they discuss Maddie B's and what they're gonna do with Maddie B's after the other sister runs it. And the father's basically trying to tell them to all be nice because he wants all of his daughters to get along as sisters. So then Madam's sister and John are talking or whatever. The dude, they're talking, Gene or whatever his name is, and they're talking about how to take down Madam. So then Diamond and Amp are talking. Basically, Amp is saying how he made up with his mom, and they're moving forward relationship. And Diamond's happy because she said that if a guy has a good relationship with his mom, he's going to treat his wife right. So Diamond's happy about that. So then um, we get to the courthouse and Midnight, Babyface, El Fuego, Dog, and they all testify against Madam, but they all obviously are on Madam's side. Tommy testifies as well, and he's basically uncooperative, telling the court to suck his D and all this other stuff. So he's uncooperative with them, but they all defend Madam obviously. So then Babyface's son is giving Tandy head while she's on the phone. They're sleeping together, whatever. So then Trouble actually is ready to testify, and while before Trouble begins to testify, Nana spills coffee on herself and demands a 5 minute recess, and the judge orders her a 10 minute recess. So during the recess, she tells Smoke that he has to handle Trouble immediately. So she told Smoke to kill Trouble before she testifies. So then we get back to the from recess, and Trouble's about to testify, and then while she's testifying, she actually defends Madam, and she basically doesn't testify against Madam. She like basically tells the judge she don't know what she's talking about, and then when they say that what about the time where you agreed that Madam did all these things? She said that Detective Davis paid her to do that. And then Detective Davis had an outburst in court calling her a lying bitch and this and that and third. And, this. So then Madam called the hit out on Trouble from Smoke. She, like, called it off. So then after that, Detective Davis ends up arresting Trouble for, lying on her. So then Madam gets Midnight out of jail after after he testified against her in court, and you know she basically asks him what happened. And, he basically tells her whatever. Blue's still going through her therapy sessions. Whoop de whoop de woo, and the cops ask El Fuego, basically not going Fuego's over to tell him about his neighbor that's missing, but Fuego's like nervous and stuff, and Big D is trying to tell him to calm down, it's not that serious. So Madam goes to the barber shop where there was some of the stolen jewelry from, and she basically asks them, you know, basically asks them where they get the jewelry from, and after she points the gun to his head, he tells her, but she ends up shooting him in the leg. So then Carla comes to talk to their sister about taking over Maddie B's, and then Carla ends up telling Jean about it, and basically Doc overhears everything, and basically overhears them talking about trying to take Maddie B's and take over Eden from Madam. So then Madam gets Trouble out of jail, and basically she basically thanks Trouble and saying that Trouble will be rewarded for defending her in court. So then Madam comes in and thanks the boys for defending her in court as well and gives them a new fluffer, to do sexual favors for them. So then, Madam finds the girls that robbed her place, and they were uncooperative. So one of the girls spit blood on Madam's shoes, and Madam killed that girl. And then basically, one of the girls come in, point a gun at her, and then she finally gives in and tells her that Jean was the one who set it up. And basically, Madam told him to set Jean up to meet him, to tell the girl to meet him somewhere so she can meet up with Jean. And the episode ends with Madam going to see Jean. So that was the end of this episode, and I'll see you guys next week for episode 14.